on, oftentimes I spend hours thinking of you and having imaginary conversations about our son, but then the sun comes up and I realize I've wasted another day living in the past. When we are teenagers holding hands in hallways, there's always something else I could be doing, but I find myself living in those moments. There's a difference in my love for you. There's a bottomless pit of hurt and unspeakable pain, and I'm ashamed of my role in the awkwardness that exists between us. The fact that our communication has resorted to random text messages of surface greetings, the good morning queens and great rising kings. While cute, they shoot me in my gut every time they come through. It's like saying, let me speak so I can keep the peace, knowing good and well that we're on the brink of war. Fighting for our future, I see error in all of this. The broken family before becoming a family. I love him, but only saw him twice in his entire life. But if I'm being completely honest with myself, without overthinking, but perhaps overanalyzing, I'm still trying to overcome the fact you didn't want him or me to be, and something inside me wishes I could make your wish come true.
All right, we back. Bottom Up Podcast, and y'all know I'm Serica, your host. Listen, we got a long show tonight. A show that will have us, we got some feedback. All right. Listen, live here, Bottom Up Podcast. We stream it live on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe. Listen, Lotus Mindset is on set tonight. So we're going to be talking about all things Black people, Black culture, Black history, Black economics, because this is a show centered around Black people. Listen, we got a lot to talk about tonight, and as we get started, you already know we always start you off with something to think about. We're going to play this video, and I'll see y'all in a few minutes.
Hear me, and hear me clearly. Let's do it. This country can't survive without you. It's never happened in the history of the world. In 1950, America was 90% white. It's not my opinion, it's a fact. I'm not making a racial comment, it's math. So that means with Dr. King, Andrew Young, other people, that was a miracle. It was moral. Today, America is 40% Black and brown. Within 10 years, there'll be a majority of minorities. Baby boomers, all white, wealthy, and trying to go play golf at the same time. That's what's up right now. You got more people under age 18 and over 60, you have more people over 65 than under age 18. Those who are under 18 are Black and brown. This economy is 70% consumer spending. 70. Not rich people. You. Car notes, rent, conference fees, small business, payroll, small things which you control. The largest economy on the planet, $30 trillion, and it can't survive without you. So here's what I said. I've been in Fortune, I've been at Time, I've been at conferences, very conservative people. Here's what I say. It always survives the this test. They don't do this. I say, I think you know what I'm going to say. Here's what I have to say. I want every white person here to be successful. That's number one thing I'm saying. Number two, there's not enough college-educated, successful white men to drive GDP, gross domestic product, for the next 20 years. It's mathematically impossible. So unless you want to be speaking Chinese, Mandarin in the next 20 years, no, that went over your head. Let me, you think you're at a Black conference. You think you're at some conference that's about some narrow agenda. That's not what Bishop T.D. Jakes thinks. That's not what the God has endowed. You are the cultural post. You have defined culture and cool all over the world. If you say it's cool in South Korea. But what we have not defined, what we have not mastered, is capitalism and commerce. Where the rules are published and the playing field is level, we kill it. Sports. The arts. Faith. Politics. from slavery to the President of the United States of America. When the rules are published and the playing field is level, we kill it. No one gave us anything. We went and took it. Playing by the rules. Wishing everybody else well. So what happens if you turn your attention to capitalism and free enterprise? Come on now. And you don't just say black lives matter, black capitalists matter.
All right, Bottom Up Podcast, y'all. Listen, I want to thank you all for giving me some grace, because that's what we always need out here in this world. Listen, ran into a bit of a traffic, mom stuff, you know, life is happening. But we're here, Bottom Up Podcast, and we getting into it. Because Pompano is where I am, but we talk about all things centering around black culture. I like to play a video at the beginning of the show because I love to give people something to think about, because when I see these things, they make me think. John Hope Bryant has been a economic instructor, teacher, someone who I've been following for the past 3 years, and just learning a lot from him. And he did this, posted that video to talk about black and brown people and how we are needed right now in America when it comes to the economy and the GDP, gross domestic product. You know, you learn a lot listening to him about the economy and economics, and I like to share the things that make me think with everyone, because hopefully it's something that'll make you think too. But that ain't why we here tonight. We got guests, and our guests tonight are my partners, are my sisters, are women, strong women who I am inspired by on a daily. The ladies of Lotus Mindset are here with me in the office studio. I have Monalisa WEBER here, and joining us via online is AISHA Allyande, and in presence and spirit and energy, Candace Witherspoon is here. And these are the ladies of Lotus Mindset. It was important for me to get the ladies of Lotus Mindset on because, for one, the City of Pompano Commission, they on vacation. They're on vacation until September 9th. So I figure, why not start the vacation off with some women who don't really get a vacation, even when we, you know, would like one or need one. There's work to do in our community year round, 24/7, around the clock. And these women they the ones that's making it happen, at least for me. So, how y'all doing, ladies? How y'all doing?
Fantastic, great, amazing.
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that this environment was created so that we could do this.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be here. Yeah, it's timely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
good.
timely.
It is, you know. What about you, Monalisa?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling good?
Yeah, you know, just.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Look, me running in just had to jump right into it because like traffic was like.
Yeah.
Listen,
but we feel the love.
I said that you know, as I pull out the schedule for Bottom Up Podcast, you know, Bottom Up Podcast is with the Roundtable Project, which is a separate business. It's separate from Lotus Mindset.
Yes.
And while Bottom Up Podcast is something that I've been doing, and podcasting work is something I've been doing for a long time, it is timely and necessary for you all to join the conversation with me, because that's what the Bottom Up Podcast is, conversation. And one thing, like people, like I'm noticing now too, when I'm reaching out to people about coming on, and they're a bit apprehensive in the sense that they want to know the questions.
Right.
And I don't give questions to people. It's a conversation. I'll tell you what the general topic is, and where it goes, it flows, you know.
Yes.
So nobody gets questions with the Bottom Up podcast. You have to be willing to come and have a conversation because conversations, for me, allowed me to see the authentic of the person versus me giving you questions that you can give me.
Right, they be wanting it ahead of time. Email me the questions
I don't want
about
that.
5
I don't
days
want that
before.
mess. I do not want that mess. Don't give me the political correct stuff. No, don't do that. This is
do the
no. This is, you remember Porch Life?
yes.
Okay, so Porch Life was very uncensored. Steph, you remember Porch Life?
Yes.
Very uncensored. Because we could literally be doing a show and my neighbor be cussing out her child, a fight or break out right there. Like,
Right,
so why
right,
wouldn't
right.
no.
You know what's so crazy? Authenticity. Someone sent me a Instagram post earlier today saying the post was about authenticity is the highest vibration. The highest vibration.
Yeah. And it's the new currency.
Yes. So-
Y'all better tap in. You better tap in to people who are being authentic. You know, it's for me. When you are being authentic, you automatically know when somebody playing a role.
Yeah.
Like when you being authentic, it's like, yeah, that's a role. That's, you know, I start ranking
It
them.
feels uneasy in your spirit.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I start to rank them like, this may be a D list. You might can get on Zeus Network the way you acting, you know, but nothing's Grammy or Oscar worthy, you know. That's what I go to thinking. But listen, I wanted to have a conversation and wanted to start out with Lotus Mindset while the Commission of Pompano is on vacation because we're still working. And I want us to start, you know, to talk more with the public about the work we do and who we are as individuals, but also as a collective and what we are doing. And we're going to talk about some other stuff, of course, but I want to start with you, Mona Lisa, because Mona Lisa actually was the one that came up with the name Lotus Mindset. So let's jump into that. Mona Lisa, Lotus Mindset. What made you come up with that name?
What made me come? Okay, so years of work, right? When I started with criminal justice advocacy and when J.C. Duguay, my mentor, passed away, I met a community leader in Liberia, Hollywood. So I began to do like real in-depth work, right? In the vulnerable, what people want to call vulnerable communities, the hoods, the inner city, whatever you want to call it. And as I was doing that work and then working for a nonprofit organization doing outreach as well, I began to see a disconnect between organizations and people doing work within our communities. And as you all know, I'm a big health fanatic, healer. You know, I'm always like, what can we do better? What can we do better? What can we do better? So if anybody knows about the lotus flower, right, it's from the mud, right? And it blossoms into this beautiful, beautiful flower. So one of the things that I noticed doing in-depth outreach was the mindset of our communities.
Right.
That we needed to pour education, information, a lot of love and nurturing within the community. So also noticing that from the top down, it doesn't work. Like you have all this money up here, you have all these resources up here, but it never gets to the ground.
Right.
So the concept of the flower coming from the mud, right, and rising up to this beautiful, to this beautiful flower, and then seeing the community's mindset and the lack of nurturing and love with people that were trying to come into the community. I was praying and meditating, and Lotus Mindset came into my brain, and I was like, Lotus Mindset. We need to pour into the community with a lot of love and intention. And I kept like going, Lotus mindset. Damn it. I'm like, damn, that sounds
Right.
fly. That sounds fly. So I remember us for like a year and a half having conversations every Sunday. And I mentioned it to you. I was like, what do you think about this name Lotus mindset? You were like, oh. And when I broke it down to you, you were like, oh. And that's how it pretty much birthed.
Right.
It's the concept of the bottom being poured into to elevate the mindset.
Right.
Because we need a shift in mindset in order to progress.
Absolutely.
So that's where the name Lotus Mindset came from. The in-depth work in the trenches, dealing with a lot of the burdens and the chaos of our communities, and wanting to nurture and pour a lot of love within the community.
Right, right. Well, you know, what I so loved about the name of Lotus Mindset is, you know, first, Lotus is coming out of the mud, you know, and actually when we registered, Lotus Mindset was in 2023. I was living on 7th Avenue.
Yes, you were.
And if we talk about mud, that's where I was at.
Yes.
So for me, it was like, yeah, no, I'm coming up out of this.
Yes.
And I needed the Lotus Mindset to pull me out, to get me out. So I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you.
I am grateful for you too. I love you dearly.
Hello, ladies. Shout out to Constance Johnson and Rachel. Thank you. And Connie McGirt. Thank y'all for tuning in on Facebook. Shout out to our YouTube listeners and subscribers. So listen, ladies, I want to dive into some stuff, right? Because they on vacation.
You know what?
So they on vacation. And the fact that they're on vacation, for me, is very indicative of the type of conversation we're about to have, you know, because when people on vacation, they have fun, right?
Yes.
So let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun.
Sounds about right.
I want to talk about the podcast. Step, do you know consistently the commission have been bringing up the podcast at the commission meeting?
Yeah.
You know, like the podcast being brought up at the commission. Not the work Lotus Mindset is doing. The podcast is being brought up at the commission. To me, I feel like, one, great promo. Great promo. I you know, I'm not at all angry, mad, upset, or any.
Let them do their thing. Yeah.
Great promotion. Yeah. Great
Yeah, let 'em
promotion.
cook.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, but I also think it is very important that in context we understand why the podcast is being brought up.
Okay.
Why, right? The podcast is not something that Lotus Mindset does.
Correct.
Okay? The Roundtable Project produces the podcast, okay? Serica is part of Lotus Mindset,
Yes.
but Serica is the Roundtable Project, all right?
And for how long?
Oh, the
The
Roundtable Project? How long?
has been around for a minute.
The Roundtable Project has been around for 13 years.
Yeah.
For 13 years, okay? And we've been programming throughout the state, okay? And what I am intentional about is making sure people understand the work that we do and why this podcast is not about appeasing power structures or people who feel the need to silence people and their voices. That's not what this podcast is about. Actually, I started this podcast because I wasn't being heard. You know, like I wasn't being heard. So it's like,
You have to
okay,
create your own table.
I had to. The Roundtable Project was because I'm not at nobody else's table.
Right.
Couldn't get at the
Right.
table. So I created my own table. Okay, and I made it the round table because the round table, okay, this is a rectangle table, right? So the rectangle table, there's a head. If you sit, depending on, there's a head. But at the round table, there's no head.
Right.
You know, and everybody equally brings what they have to the table. Okay, and that's the mindset I have with everything. You know, people equally bringing themselves to the table for us to get a good product out of us meeting. It needs to be productive. It needs to have value. I'm going to play a video here in a minute because this video is important. There's a video step, say amendment, First Amendment, and then we're going to dive into that conversation after, okay? Listen, this video is great promo. It is the video of the commissioner bringing up the podcast. I want to play it, and then we're going to talk about it. Let's play that video, Step.
Phil, the developer, we had a meeting. Well, we spoke over the telephone, and we were supposed to meet on Thursday. And I said to him, I just didn't feel it was time for, the two of us to sit at the table and talk because of the consultants and what is being done. So I was given a tape or video of a podcast, which your consultants with the new downtown were discussing in the podcast about Beverly Perkins wanting personal money. So I've never fought for anything in my life harder than I have for my community. My community, anything I ask for is for the people, the residents. So let that be very clear for those who's putting this podcast out about Beverly Perkins. So the other thing I said to the master developer is, it seems as though your consultants are being paid to go after Beverly Perkins. It seems as though that's their job, go after Beverly Perkins, and my job is totally different. My job is to help the residents get what the residents need in the community. That's my job, and that's my focus. But it seems as though your consultants are hired to go after Beverly. And I'm not comfortable with that. So the only way they can do a podcast about Commissioner Perkins is that they've been given permission to do it. Because if you tell them not to, they're not going to do it because they want to get paid. Makes sense to me. And I'm using myself, but some of these same people, some of your same consultants have gone after other commissioners up on the dais. And it's not a good look because of all the things that are happening behind the scenes. And then, like I said, when you sit here on the dais, you expect us to be in a different light. And we know what has happened behind the scenes. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I am not against the new downtown project. I want something out of that project for my district of District 4. That's all I've been saying, and I'm just asking for a little piece of the pie, and I haven't gotten that. That's it. So why make it so difficult with all the gossip? Anybody that wants to interview me, I'm open. I'm available. I had a talk show for 12 years. I know how to talk.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So if you are continuing to let your staff or your consultants, which are representatives of this city, continue to badger and beat up on Beverly, how do you expect me to vote for this project? That's just not the way to do it. Anybody that wants to sit down and talk to me about anything, we can do it. I don't have an issue with that. The whole problem is communication. Because this one don't like that one, and that one don't like this one, and this one won't sit down with that one or whatever. I don't have time for that. I'm still focused on my district. The people are in need in my district. So why would I let you build a $2 billion project and the people all around it get absolutely nothing? They can't even afford to live there if it's market rate. But you have people advocating for it. I have to look out for my community. This is what I'm led to do, proud to do it. And I will continue to do it. I stand for the people, and I've made that very clear sitting here. So I just wanted that to be known, that I'm not against the project. If you work with me, you want to talk with me, you want to sit with me, you want to meet with me, I'm open. Everybody knows my phone number. Everybody knows how to reach me through email. Phone is better.
All right. It was
Revisionist history?
It was important. We played that whole thing, you know?
So I said revisionist history, meaning people have an account of things that happened before. I think one of the great things in this moment is that is a recording. So we can go back and look at that recording, just like we can go back and look at all of the recordings from the commissioner meetings. And they are timestamped. And nothing was edited. Not even the video of the work that we do initially being called into question in February. And it wasn't called into question in a way of we're going to look at the goal, the collective goal, right, for Pompano Beach. And we're going to look at all of the key players. We're going to look at the strategies that are being used. And we're going to look at how those strategies are going to meet the needs. That was not the conversation that took place on that video in February. This was a very theatric and manipulative and not a factual account of what we have done and continue to do. It wasn't, hey, let's look at these contracts and see their scope of work and what they are tasked with doing, who is part of each entity. It was not the type of research that you do when you're looking at making sure that we are all getting to the goal. I won't even say it felt like the energy and the verbiage used to communicate that person's thoughts were more manipulative and more of an attack. And I noted that Commissioner Perkins in this video that we all just watched used the words badger and beat up, which that is like dog whistle politics or whatever.
Yep.
So the badger and beat up, I think, is kind of what happened in the initial video that I'm mentioning and from February. That's kind of when that started. And then I believe, and I know there's videos out there and people can account for what took place, but then after that, when you approached the woman who put this video out, Commissioner Perkins is the one who interrupted that communication, that exchange. That was not hostile. It was not a hostile exchange until Commissioner Perkins removed the other party from that conversation. And then after that, I believe there were further actions taken that put you in a interesting predicament, because you always conduct yourself in a very diplomatic manner.
Really? Me? Diplomatic?
So I want to. Did you see like my shoes?
Yeah, I seen it. Like, yeah, you know.
It's a diplomatic. But I believe just with me looking at my notes and not having those videos up in front of me, that is how things went. There was the one video with the badgering and kind of beat up energy. That video was the initial, hey, this is how I feel about these contracts. These are how I feel about the people behind these contracts. Not, hey guys, what are you all doing? How can we work together? What's the scope of work? That wasn't the case. That's not the energy. That's not the language that was used. That's one. And then everyone can see on YouTube, they can play back the commissioner meetings to listen to the tone, the language, the energy, the body language of some of the commissioners when they talk about what's happening. And it seems as though the outcome or the goal, which is having the downtown built up, it seems like there's bargaining chips. It's like, if you don't do this or if you do that. And when we came into this, it wasn't with the thought of working for our community and using certain things as bargaining chips.
Right.
Right? We see a goal, we see like, oh, something is happening. We want our community to be a part of it. And we want to make sure that the same investment that was made in other communities and which other people reap the benefits from, the people of the Northwest District can reap those same type of benefits. And if they don't feel equipped to do that, then we are going to make sure that they have the tools so that they are equipped to reap those benefits. I believe that that is part of our scope, and that is what we have done on a daily basis when it comes to the Northwest District. So I do not align with what was said in the video that was just played regarding Commissioner Perkins, because there's never been an attack. It's only been work. It's only been exactly what Mona Lisa started off with when she talked about the mud and growing up. We are pouring into the inside, right? We want to get the minds right. We want to give people the tools. Sometimes we don't have them, right? We giving each other tools. We're working together to make sure that we're always getting there together.
Right.
The four of us, and now that includes the Northwest District. It includes the city, because if the Northwest does well, then everybody's gonna do well.
Everybody.
That's how that works.
So, listen. Wusa.
Right, let me take
Because,
a sip of this tea.
right, and you know, that's why I wanted you to be here, because I knew you was going to bring some tea, and I was hoping to have some tea. Listen, let me say this. You know, that video, I actually wasn't at the commission meeting that time. I watched it. I sat at home and I watched it. I don't know if you guys know, you can watch the commission meetings live on YouTube and really find out what's going on in real time, right? So I watched that at home. So while I was watching it, let me start with some notes here. Consultants, right? Consultants with the new downtown. Lotus Mindset is the Northwest Outreach and Engagement Liaison for the downtown project. It is a sole source contract. What is a sole source contract, you say? A sole source contract is a contract that you can only get from Lotus Mindset because of, Steph, put the wheel of economic opportunity up, please. Because of the wheel of economic opportunity, a concept and an engagement tool we created, Serica created, took it to Commissioner Perkins 7 years ago and say, hey, I want to do this for my community. Here are some ways that we can get people engaged and prepared for the future. Commissioner Perkins told me she did not want me to do it. I want you to do something else. Okay, fine. That did not stop me. I kept going. I refined it. I got better. Started engaging with people. Took it to the city. And here we are, the Northwest Outreach and Engagement Liaison for the Downtown Project. Specifically, if you read our scope of services, it is built around the wheel of economic opportunity. Why is it built around the wheel of economic opportunity? Because these are all of the ways that people can get involved and engaged in economic opportunity. My entire approach to this project, since one, you weren't able to stop it before the vote came to enter into the Master Development Agreement, which happened in June of 2024. If you were planning to stop it, that's when before that. The vote happened, it passed, the Master Development Agreement was signed, which means there is a long-term 10-year contract with the master developer. So guess what? Forward, we must move. I can't go back. Right. I can't be mad. I can. Don't get me wrong. But mad ain't never paid my bills. Mad ain't never helped me put shoes on Omega feet. Right. Okay? So what I did was got with some very educated women to help me roll this out as consultants. Serica did not go and get a contract for herself. Serica went and got a contract for a team because Serica knows she can't do it by herself. Okay? So, again, the consultant is a group, a team of women. Okay? You don't have a problem with the consultants. You have a problem with the podcast. You're connecting the fact that Serica is multi-talented and a social entrepreneur. And you are connecting the fact that I am part of Lotus Mindset and I also have a podcast. And you are saying they're the same thing. They are not. They are not. Again, let's educate each other here, okay? Going after Beverly Perkins. First, this podcast is bigger than Beverly Perkins. This podcast.
And she's been on it before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's actually been on it.
She's been on it.
Yeah. Somebody asked that question.
Yeah, she's been on it. You've had several elected officials on it.
Of course. She's actually, someone asked that question.
On the podcast, on the porch.
Commissioner Perkins been invited to the round table? Absolutely. She's been invited and she's been on this podcast. Okay?
Yeah.
Before Serica and Lotus Mindset had a contract.
Right.
Before. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Was it like a year ago?
Yeah. You can go back and watch that. You can go back and watch that. And on there, I don't give people questions.
Right.
I ask people to come have a conversation with me, and we're talking about the general topic. I'll give you a general idea of what the topic is going to be about, but then the questions go where the questions go. Okay? Not comfortable. She says she's not comfortable. That's a great place to be, Commissioner, because that means you're growing. That means you're growing. I'm not comfortable either. You don't grow in your comfort zone. Are you comfortable?
No.
Okay, Aisha, are you comfortable?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Let's
working
all get
very
uncomfortable.
hard. Yeah.
Let's all get uncomfortable, because when we're uncomfortable, we're growing. That's what happens when you're uncomfortable. You're growing. Great place for you to be, Commissioner.
Growing pain
welcome
is a
to
real
the
thing.
party. Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
Okay. Permission that we asked. We was given permission. Hey, listen. Listen. Listen, people. Permission.
Permission would be needed if they were actually funding the podcast, correct?
Wait, I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that, because this podcast is not paid for by the city. They don't give me a dime for this right here. They don't give me a dime for the space. They don't give me a dime for you to come here, because your time is valuable. They ain't paying step, okay? Like, what? They don't give a dime to the podcast. A dime. Okay? Intentionally.
Roundtable has been, right? Roundtable has been in existence for 13 years.
13 years.
I have worked with you and Roundtable prior to the existence of Lotus Mindset.
For how long, Aisha, have you been working with me?
2018 or 19.
Okay.
One of those years.
Okay, so listen. Permission, they don't pay a dime, and it's intentional. The reason they don't pay a dime, and I didn't want them to pay a dime, is so that I can keep full autonomy of what I do on my podcast. Now, what I'm not going to do is allow people to change or try to push a narrative about what I am doing, what Lotus Mindset is doing. Because make no mistake about this downtown project is happening. It's happening. And our job and our intention is to make sure people's mindset changes so that they can begin to prepare themselves, their family, and the community to get on board and progress with this project. Because if you don't, the train is going to leave you. That's
right.
Simple.
And the mindset of a lot of people have experienced some negative things. So then you feel things are happening to you. But our goal is to work with everyone so it can happen for us, for them. It's going to happen for us.
Right.
Because we're making it happen, because we're equipped to make it happen.
Yes, and the thing is this, let me tell you, that comment, it was something that was said, that the commissioner said about the only reason that they're able to have a podcast about Beverly Perkins is if they were given permission to do it. Because if they weren't given permission, then they won't get paid. First of all, I was about to go there. You see how I was about to go there.
For you, I'm breathing.
I was really about to go there.
We're breathing.
Listen.
Yeah, we're breathing.
That was said. Permission.
Right.
Let me say this. My mother passed March 22nd of 2025. Mm-hmm. Permission was given when my mother passed away for me to do everything I need to do to elevate myself, my family, and my community. I'm not asking no one else for permission. I got it when my mama closed her eyes. So to say that if we don't do it, we don't get paid. If you don't want me to if you don't want me to have the contract, say that. Say, I don't want Serica to have this contract. Stop dog whistling. Stop manipulating the conversation around what it is that you want. You don't want me to have the contract. Say that. Mm-hmm. And then we can move forward. We can start having some conversation. Okay? Because I'm not okay with, that's why I don't, you know, I won't be a politician, because it requires you to, you know, say no.
It requires you to, yeah. There's an agenda and narratives behind it.
Right. And this is the thing. I have been very intentional about making sure people understand my reason for working with this project. The money. Right. The economic opportunity. The money.
Yeah.
The economic opportunity. The will of economic opportunity. It's a $2 billion project. Everybody need to be talking about the opportunity, the economic opportunity. And the fact that you demonize people for understanding what the project is keeping them in poverty. And when you don't see that, you are the reason your community will inherit another decade of poverty. Point blank.
So when we started having these conversations about Pompano, because this is actually my first time being involved in like development, right? I've learned so much from you as it relates to development and educating the community. So of course I had to educate myself. All of us actually are still learning, right? We're all learning. And I'll just say this from the outside looking in, because I'm not from Pompano. I do a lot of work in Broward advocacy. Mm-hmm. And you've heard me say this before. It's amazing to me the pushback on education, right? The pushback on transparency, the pushback on really letting the Northwest District know what is actually going on. I'm just blown away at how the commission meetings go and how people conduct themselves. And these are our leaders, right? And when I go to the commission meetings, I just leave with sadness and confusion, because my goal as the outreach director is to educate. That has always been my goal, right? Because I feel that education is key to elevation, right? We suffer because we don't know financial literacy, we don't know development, we don't know the criminal justice system, we don't know housing, we don't know, right? So since I started advocating, and mind you, outreach wasn't my initial goal. Criminal justice, the injustices within the system, and my advocating and mentoring the incarcerated youth, and doing workshops in the prisons, and teaching and helping people, you know, get off of probation. That was the passion, the calling that was given to me by the Most High. And the outreach came with it because people gravitated to the information and the knowledge and the education that I was providing, the proactive education. So I've said this since day one. To me, Pompano is blessed to be able to be educated proactively and in conjunction with like the developer, the CRA, the city. Like it's a moving force, and everything is simultaneously. If you go to any other city in South Florida, Overtown, Liberty City, Lil Haiti, Hollandale, Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale, I don't remember nobody knocking on anybody's door talk about dun, 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 dun. There's going to be a development coming soon. Come get resources. Come educate yourself. Come to the table. See how you're going to see how you can benefit from this project. So to me, just from the outside looking in, Pompano is blessed to have this. And I know without a doubt that you are a major contribution to that. I met you like, what? I don't know, I don't even know, 10
10
years.
plus.
Right.
Do you know who was the sheriff then? Not who was before Tony. What was the guy name?
Israel.
Israel. Scott Israel was the sheriff.
And we met doing ground community work. And I'm like, oh, so you north, I'm south. This look real good.
Yeah.
But you're a contributing factor to the education of the Northwest District. And for the life of me, I sit here, and you know this because in our meetings, I'll be like, what is going on? Like the pushback, the level of disrespect on the dais, the belittlement, the condescending, the interruption. It's like, where is the leadership and who do we look up to guide us in these decisions? And I just sit back because you know me. You know.
Yeah, y'all think this the one I'm praying don't pop off one day. I'm praying.
I'm just
this
saying.
one. Don't let the light skin fool y'all people. This right here. It's Huey P. Newton right here, y'all.
Seriously, so I just sit back and I'm just respectful and I'm just learning, and I just give you, like I always give you, all the love and prayers, because you're a blessing to Pompano, and we need to be educated, and we need to continue the education and push through all the chaos, because chaos is the distraction.
Right. And then there are agents of chaos. Yeah. There are agents of chaos, understanding, like, I want people to understand how chaos caused the election to go the way it went, and how chaos continues to keep people distracted from the bigger picture.
Yes.
Right? Chaos does that. Now, I'm saying this. The reason we got to talk about this too, the commissioner said that people were on this talking about her getting personal money. It's a video I want you to play, Steph, because I want to play a clip from the previous meeting. And that meeting, it says money request. We're going to play that video because I want you guys to hear what was said. At that time, there was a guest I had, former state rep Patricia Williams, who's also the former vice mayor for Lauderdale Lakes and the former commissioner for Lauderdale Lakes. So a seasoned politician. Okay? Step, roll the clip.
Our Northwest area has more to lose.
More.
Absolutely.
I 100% agree with you.
And if you read this contract that has been signed and in the hands of the developer, if, quote unquote, if by chance that this does not go forward, he still holds the land for 10 years. So you're saying if he don't give you 20 things that you're requesting, he'll give you 15 things that you're requesting. You're going to stop the project.
Speaking of requesting, the video of the commissioner, 25 seconds. I want to play that because some conversation you spoke about your words, you spoke about asking the developer for money and selling your vote. I'm going to play this clip for you all because this was just one of the times that conversation came up.
So if I could just find a little bit of money out of this project, something, millions for the Northwest to put in a pot for us, then maybe I could lean a little bit and say, okay, well, let's, and that's what I've been trying to do. Because nobody's thinking about the community. Nobody's actually thinking about the people that live around.
Well, so that was out of the commissioner's mouth herself. And I do want to make sure you all hear that because you said that. You're a politician. You told me something I don't know. Like, why can't the commissioner ask for money for the community?
They can't ask for money. They can ask for to support programs. They can ask to support different groups or organizations. They can't get personal money put in their pockets. Mm-hmm. They can't do that.
All right. So it was important for me to play that clip because that was the conversation that was being had, and it was one of the clips that we shared on social media. I advise you all to go back and watch the entire conversation. That I don't know. I think that was 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I will repost it. But the conversation was very important for us to have because the former state rep is the outreach personnel liaison for Roca Point, who is the master developer. Okay. So it was important to have a conversation with her because she is a player, a key player in how things are being done. So I played that because it was a clip, and it was multiple times that money came up from the dais and from the commissioner. Now, I want to say this. I do think the community should get the things that they need.
Yes.
Need.
Yes.
I do see a list. I do see a list that came out, and we got that list. Let's put that list up. Step. Says Perkins. The new downtown Pompano Beach, the list. Hey, Miss Janice, I do want to answer your questions. Give me 1 minute. We got this list, okay? This list came out. Now, it says, there's a question that came up and say, why shouldn't we get what we asked for? I think we should get what we asked for. Mm-hmm. However, Miss Janice, who asked for it? That's my question. Who asked for it? I don't remember a community meeting to ask the community what do they want. I do know that this list came out because there was a committee put together by the commissioner, and they came up with what to ask for. And I'm saying, in all fairness and all transparency, if you're saying what we asked for, when I look at that list with what I know, there are a lot of things missing from that list that if I was sitting in a room and they asked, what do we want to put on there? I don't see my opportunity in that list from the Northwest. I don't see it. But, hey, I'm not the commissioner, so hey, my job is to make sure people hear both sides. They hear what the city is saying. They also hear what the commission is saying. Okay? Because Civics 101 people, the people are the boss of the commission.
Yes.
The people are the boss of the commission. The commission have 4, I said 3 last time, have 4 charter positions that they are the boss over. City manager, the city clerk, the city attorney, and the auditor, internal auditor. 4. Those are the only people they can hire or fire. Those are the people that they're supposed to talk to directly. They are the boss of them. All of the city workers, their boss is the city manager. If the commission wants to talk to anybody in the city, they're supposed to talk to the city manager to get what they want from city staff. Okay? So that was a bit of Civics 101. I'm saying this because as much as we talk about this project, we have to be transparent. We have to be transparent. This downtown project is happening. So yes, I agree, Ms. Janice, we all should sit down and say what we want. We all should, but we all didn't. We all should, but we all didn't have that opportunity. A select few did. Tell me if you think that's fair for a community of highly intelligent, highly creative people with children who are going to inherit the decisions of this commission. Do you think that's fair? Parents should have been involved. Parents should have been involved because this is what their children are going to inherit.
The youth as well.
The youth, 100%. I've been saying that. How are you guys having a conversation about the youth and they not at the table?
Right. About the future.
The future, and they not at the table.
Highly intelligent. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was late today.
Meeting, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was late today because I was at the entrepreneur graduation. I have a group of kids. I'm going to share the picture. I have a group of kids that I'm working with throughout the summer. They graduated today.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
So I'm late to do this because I'm doing that.
Right.
You know, but I'm not late to this. I'm on time because I needed to be there. Correct. For them. Right. You know, they have so listen, these kids, they are so smart and so prepared for any opportunity you give them. We don't give it to them. We don't give it to them. And it frustrates me because politicians are dog whistling, gaslighting, and manipulating people who really just want an opportunity. That's it.
And there's enough for everyone.
Oh my gosh.
There's enough. There's an abundance. There's enough. There's definitely an abundance of
there's more than enough.
More than enough.
There's more than enough. And when we start saying that, I want the community to start thinking that way. There's more than enough. Because when we say there's more than enough, we get out of the lack mindset. When we come out of the lack mindset, we begin to see endless possibilities. We begin to tap into our creativity. We begin to understand how resourceful we are when we just connect with each other in the fact that there is more than enough. There is more than enough. A $2 billion project. A $2 billion project. It's important to me about this project because February 17, 16, Aisha, you spoke about that attack that was made on Lotus Mindset. February 16th, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, March 22nd, my mom passed away. You all know what I was doing. All January, February stuff, people didn't even know.
Yeah.
Driving
people
back
didn't
and
even
forth.
know what I was doing. And okay, no. Do they have to? No, they don't. But for me to have been studying and following this project, to then get the opportunity to serve my community in a capacity to help elevate during the time that my mother was going through her final days, to be attacked multiple times and not say nothing. To sit in the audience and watch politicians in power consistently attack the work we do and stay quiet.
And that was one of the most powerful seasons of Lotus Mindset. Because because it brought us even closer.
Yeah.
We really learned the intricacies of sisterhood. We were there for one another in a level that is life-changing. Like, I love you ladies in real life.
Too.
Yeah. Just the conversations, the support, the texts, I need to talk right now. And we're all jumping on. And that's what we need in our communities.
Right.
That was one of the most powerful seasons because we were all able to be vulnerable, supportive, engaging, no judgment, solution oriented. What are we doing? How are we going to do it? Who does what? How do we get this done? Who does this? Because that was a very, very, very challenging time.
Yeah.
A street team of 5 people navigating all this stuff, being able to accomplish it with grace. Right? And a lot of love. And yeah, I just feel that certain things happened, and the mere fact that you remained quiet just shows your resilience and how I think that was the time for you to remain quiet.
Yeah.
You know?
It was necessary.
It was
for me
definitely
to be quiet.
necessary.
It was necessary because I would have been, if I would have spoke, it would have been out of hurt and anger and pain.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give that to my community.
Right.
They got enough. I don't want to give them that. So instead, I was quiet. I stayed quiet. And I didn't start back doing the podcast. Let me tell you the reason why I started doing back the podcast, because I hadn't been doing the podcast, right? I started back doing the podcast because the commissioner attacked Suzette in front of hundreds of people.
Yeah, we were there.
I saw that, and it made my stomach turn, because the work Black women do for community, in community, through community, some of the harshest critics are our own people. I cannot for the life of me understand why that was necessary.
Yeah, I was blown.
And you know, this is the thing. Like, I've been filming. That's what people, I film. Like, I'm documenting. I've been documenting my life for over 10 years now. So I got footage, you know, and I got some very damaging footage of how elected officials act when the city cameras went off. But my cameras kept rolling. I have that footage of how elected officials talk to city staff in front of people, an audience full of people. And you tell me, how do you inspire young Black women to want to be in positions of leadership if you are our own worst enemy?
was insane.
It was
I've never seen anything like that.
So Janice says, okay, there are more than enough $2 billion, and we can't get something to slide our way in the Northwest, and not just at Martin Luther King Boulevard in Dixie. Yes, you can. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point, Janice. Nobody said you can't. Nobody said you can't. There's a thing called discretionary funding, right?
Go on with the education.
Discretionary funding, okay? Step, it's a clip I want you to roll. Matter of fact, that clip is called TIF, right? The reason I want you to understand this, and I'm so glad, Miss Janice, you're on here, because what I appreciate is I like to be held accountable. Mm-hmm. And I like the questions to be asked, because when we don't know something, we stay quiet, and that be the thing that hurt us.
I'm finna speak.
Let me ask questions. I'm the one that's gonna ask the dumb questions, right? Okay, yeah. So the questions say, since there's $2 billion, we can't get something to the side. Okay, yes, I understand that too. So there's a clip I want you to roll, Step. It's called Tip. Roll the clip, Step.
Okay. I mentioned at the last meeting also about revisiting, in light of our budget and budget season, revisiting our TIF split with CRA, and haven't heard anything back yet on that. So since we do have a full budget meeting on the 14th, I think the pushback when I heard from staff was that there may be some debt obligations that would be tied to that. And I did have a good conversation, and a very long one, with some financial folks and Ms. Sybil. But I'd like to see if we can go ahead and revisit that, so that we potentially may be able to free up some dollars, if needed, to add to our general fund rather than terminate more employees. Or use it for paving roads. We understand, just have money in our arsenal. Both CRAs have been operational for well over 30 years at this point, and it's standard practice, as I mentioned before, for as growth happens to share some of the incremental tax revenue with the city that is also providing all of the services to that brand new, beautiful stuff that we all enjoy. So I mentioned several options: 60-40, 70-30, 50-50. I think maybe it's just a better idea to start with the lowest at this point and just go 70-30 and see what the numbers are there. That would free up about $2.5 million and change for us if we were able to apply that. But I'd like us to be able to revisit that and discuss that know what our limitations may or may not be by the time we have our budget meeting, if at all possible.
Okay. Let's get into some education.
Education.
Right? Key. Okay. So the CRA has districts, right? The first CRA.
What's CRA, sis?
Community Redevelopment Agency. Okay? The first CRA in Pompano was the Northwest CRA. That was the first. Then the East CRA came. That's where you see the beach was built up, the pier and all of that. That's the CRA. That's how they were able to build the pier and the Waldorf Astoria. Every time I hear Waldorf Astoria,
Coming to America.
My son works. Listen, because he was in the project.
I was like, Waldorf Astoria? What the heck? Pompano got a Waldorf
You hear me? Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. Fun fact, my prom was at the Waldorf in New York in 1993.
Your prom?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Well, wait a minute.
listen. So the beach, the East, they got the Waldorf Astoria. They got all, True Hilton. They got Pompano Beach has been redone, revamped, and it is gorgeous. The pier, it is. Pompano, to me, we got one of the best beaches right now, right?
It's beautiful.
Okay, that happened because of the East CRA. But the first CRA was the Northwest. They both have been going for 30 years. So let's talk equality here. Northwest was the first. Then here comes the East. And they both have been going for 30 years. But the beach is built up. Yet the first CRA, Northwest, is here. Okay? It's important. It was important that we say that. Okay? Here, now the Northwest CRA's major redevelopment to bring up the community and start an economic development and engine in that area is the downtown project. Land assemblage happening. All types of things happen. Okay. So what happens in these 30 years is that they start to make money because the tax increment from all of the new homes and businesses that's coming in, they start to make money. Now, I played that video because the commissioner is asking for the TIF funding from the CRA districts. Now, what is that, you say?
Yeah.
Tax incremental funding. That's the money you get from the taxes, all the surplus, the windfall, the money that's coming in because you got all this stuff coming in. The Northwest hasn't gotten there yet, but the East is, right? And it's growing. But here comes the Northwest with a $2 billion project. Here comes the Northwest with a $2 billion project, downtown project to build, valuated. It's building, okay? What she is asking for is the money that will be in surplus. That's now. She wants it now for budget season. Now, if she did the numbers, she's saying it's about $2 million that they would be able to take, which she's asking for either 50-50 of the Northwest money or 60-40 of the Northwest money or 70-30 of the Northwest funding. Money that is supposed to stay in the district. She wants it to come out so she can use it in other districts. Now, I'm saying that because it's important. Because you asked, hey, we can't get nothing over there. Well, you could. I just haven't heard the commissioner speak against this not happening. It's been like quiet. When someone is asking to take money from your community who needs it now, she wants it now. She's asking for it now. Now.
Was that done on the East side?
No.
That's the question I was thinking of, and I was like, let's hear Sarika. I want to hear more before I ask the question. But was the same ask communicated in the reverse? Did that happen? And what was and if it did happen, was it like 50-50, 70-30, 60-40?
No, because this has been, since I've been first, this commissioner this is her first round sitting here.
Go round, yeah.
Yeah, so this is my first time hearing this conversation coming up about splitting the surplus that comes from the CRA districts to put into other areas in the community. Now, I had the mayor on and I asked him, where do you stand with it?
He doesn't agree.
He says he's completely against it.
Right. I remember.
Okay, but they're all only one vote. They're all only one vote. And in Pompano, there are 6. There's a mayor and 5 districts. Okay? And you need 4. You need 4 to pass anything. Okay?
4 votes.
4. So if it's 3-3, it don't pass, it failed. Okay? I am saying that because when you're talking about why we can't get something, if you have a commissioner sitting next to our commissioner who's asking for money
From the Northwest
right now, and you asking, can you get part of the 2, where we get for the 2, like, you got to understand here that what she is asking for is equality, because the both CRA districts have had 30 years. But what we need is equity.
Right.
And our commissioner hasn't said one word about that.
Okay.
One. It's important. And I'm saying that something needs to be said. Because if enough people on that dais say, hey, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's split the surplus TIF funding that comes in to the CRA districts. Let's take 50-50
No.
from a community that is owed a debt.
It would kind of be indicative of the direction that some of the commissioners would like to go.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a difference. Like, I don't know what it is about black people that they only listen or believe something when white people say it.
Not all
That's
black
a
people.
problem.
Right.
That's a problem we have. Like, do y'all think that?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like when white people say something, they feel like that's the law.
Yeah,
Or
it's like
that's
a stamp.
Well, that's in marketing, right? It's historic.
It's a
And
historic
that's
thing.
been passed down, right?
Yeah.
Because if you think about great grandmothers and great grandfathers and their experiences, they communicated that to their children and then communicated that to their grand and great grandchildren. And the way it was communicated was to keep them safe, right? It was about love coming from a place of fear. Like, when you talk, speak like this, act like this, do this. So unfortunately, there are some people who still carry that energy or that belief system, even if they don't on the surface believe that. It's in there.
Yeah, it's embedded.
Because they remember those stories, right? It's embedded. And then unfortunately we have some environmental strategies and it's in the design of our societies, of our communities, right? Sometimes it could be subliminally in some type of advertisement. It can be just the way when you walk into a building, how you're greeted, who greets you. You notice when someone doesn't greet you. And you also notice when the person that doesn't greet you happens to be a lighter complected person. So those things are ingrained. And then the same type of marketing in a reverse manner has been communicated.
right.
So there's a lot of training and education going on. We're just not all receiving the same education
Yeah.
and the same marketing, right? We're not on the same platform. Not only are we not on the same platform, we're receiving different information based on the platform and then based on the person providing the information. There's a lot happening simultaneously. And unfortunately, it's not in the best interest of the collective or the community. It's creating a lot of distractions and division, and it's hurting us in the long run.
Yeah.
And that is happening and being carried out on the dais
Yeah.
from people who are elected to lead.
But I also believe is they play on our lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the key. That's why I'm always, it's education, shifting the mindset, changing the mindset, elevating the mindset, educate. Like we have the power of the internet, Google, Microsoft Edge, like all these things. Like we need to learn Civic 101.
101.
I mean, and this is not only for Pompano. This is everybody in your community. Be involved. Go to your city commission meetings. Understand budgets. I mean, I just kind of learned about tips, right? It's like every day we're learning, because as we sit, when we go to the city commission meetings, I'm like, okay, what's that? Because it's like a plethora. Like
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
You know what I mean? And I, at first, I didn't understand like the whole voting process. This was years ago, right? And when I began to understand and go to city commission meeting, because you were one of the first people that like, sis, come on, let's come to the city commission meeting.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? This was years ago. I've been going to Pompano city commission meetings for years, and I'm not even from Pompano.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's that? And what's this? And what's that? Mind you, and I'm in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm on the ground. And I'm like, oh my God, if I don't know this, let alone the average person that's working, that's has children, that can't make the meetings, that can't do this, and I can now I really understand the voter apathy, like why people don't want to be bothered with it. It's just so much going on.
Yeah.
And you have to have a level of patience, grace, love for the people to really sit here and educate yourself on all this stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot. Don't get me wrong.
It's a lot.
But that is why it is important for our leaders to educate the community. And the leaders cannot educate the community based on what they want. They have to educate the community on what is happening
and what it is.
Just plain blank
what it
is happening.
That's it.
The conversation in the community needs to be, if anybody in the community is thinking about, hey, we need to go to the commission meeting so we can stop this downtown project, you are misleading people. If you think that is what you can do when you go down there, it's not what this fight is right now. If that's what you wanted to do, you should have showed up 5 years ago.
And here's the crazy part. You have been, for years, we can go down your timeline. You've been begging people to go to the commission meetings. For years.
Been talking about this for years.
For years. And I'm like, when I tell you you've been begging people to show up, and people don't show up.
Well, it's not sexy. It's not educating. I know I'm gonna say it's not entertaining, but listen, if you've been to the commission meetings lately,
it's a party. It's a drama.
Listen, if you've been to Pompano can have a reality show right now.
Listen,
I've been rolling. Listen, I've been rolling the cameras. Listen,
it's a
reality show. Listen.
It's a reality show.
Love and hip hop ain't got nothing on Pompano politics right now.
Pompano politics.
Pompano politics. Right. Listen, y'all. It's a lot happening. I'm listening, and I'm hearing a lot from the community about what they don't know, and I'm not wanting you all to think I know everything. What I do want you all to do, use me. Use me, use this platform, use Lotus Mindset to get the education you need. Use us to be connected to who you want to be connected to. We despise gatekeepers over here. We despise them. We don't like toll booths. What is a toll booth, you say, Serica? Well, that is the people who charge you to get in, and they charge them to come in. Either way, they getting paid. I despise that. I despise it. want to make sure I am a bridge for my community. For people to come and go as they please. I don't want to be in your business because I don't want you in my business. I don't want what's on your plate. I want you to fix your own plate. But if you don't come to the table, I don't want to hear about you hungry.
Because there's plenty of food.
We cooking over here. We cooking. And I like to cook. I like to feed. Steph, you remember Porch Life? I used to have a plate for you. That one is,
you have the chili.
Mandatory plate. That was one of the payments.
Okay, look, you need to make me some vegetarian chili.
Listen, you remember? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
I just got fact checked. The ECRA has started in 2001, so 24 years. Not 30. So they've been going for 24 years. But even let's go there. The Northwest CRA was created first. 24, and they already built up.
Yeah.
And now you want money from over here. Look, listen,
We didn't even get out the door yet. Ground's not broken.
and you want money from over here?
Make it make sense.
That requires a level of privilege I've yet to experience to ask that. But I would like to hear other commissioners speak up on that right now, because at a time like this where the Northwest and our community needs every advantage, every resource, every opportunity, taking anything out of the Northwest is a disservice, is more disenfranchisement.
Yes.
It is more putting us behind the 8 ball. Matter of fact, this whole conversation around what's been happening in this downtown project is putting us further behind, because we're in meetings and we're putting together programs to roll out, to get people educated and prepared.
Yes.
We're because y'all can, if you want to go and talk about how to stop it, then this ain't the conversation for you over here. This is prepare. This is get ready. Y'all know that pastor that been around circulating on social media talking about get ready, get ready, get ready. Listen to the pastor, people. Get ready. The train is, matter of fact, it's here. It's here. And this development is happening. I want people to know that, because it's not just about putting a building in the downtown. The Wheel of Economic Opportunity, put that back up there, Steph. The Wheel of Economic Opportunity. The Wheel of Economic Opportunity is a way for any and everybody to engage in multiple ways of this project. From technology, tech infrastructure, Internet of Things, robotics, tech jobs, AI programming, money and finance, real estate, wellness, tourism, Gen Z and beyond, education, historic preservation, public realm, culture. There are so many ways to be involved and engaged in this project. And I know, not believe, I know the Northwest District has some of the most creative people who just been waiting for an opportunity, that have been blocked by the gatekeepers. I'm saying there are going to be meetings, not workshops, because I'm tired of them workshop and shit. I'm so tired of hearing that word workshop. So tired of hearing that word. But there are going to be some networking and some series coming for people to get engaged. Get engaged, people.
But here's the thing, sis. Here's the thing. When we're talking about the mindset, we have to hold our people accountable too, because you got to put in the work.
Oh,
Okay, like, and I want to just a little bit on that.
Go ahead.
Like, we have to put in the work. So if we're talking about a 5, 10, 15 year situation where people can get involved, now is the time for you to figure out how to educate yourself. Go get that AI certification. Go get that technology certification. Go sit down with the CRA, find out how to get certified with the city, with the county, right? Like, we have to put in the work, but there's a lot of fear in place, right? There's a lot of internal fear, lack of knowledge, lack of education. I don't know. Also, we have to get out of our own shell, we have to become uncomfortable. We're all uncomfortable.
That's great.
And we have to move. We have to move with the times. So that's part of the main reason why Lotus Mindset was created, to shift the mindset. Yes, it is scary. Yes, you're going to have a whole bunch of rejection. Rejection is redirection. Yes, you're going to have a lot of hate. But if you want to create your own business, because when we're talking about this downtown project, and this is what I love about it, you have all these different venues, all these different opportunities that are arising. These are contracts. You feel me? That people will be able to get, but your business has to be in place, must be approved and certified with the city in order to go for these contracts. So the people in the community, you have the time.
Now.
You have
Right
the time to figure out what you want to do. When I sat with Jeannie at the CRA, right?
Jeannie is the economic development director.
Right. She put me on game. We were talking about like the convention center or hotels, right, that are going to be coming up, that are going to be developed, or whatever it is, or whatever businesses. And she's like, Mona Lisa, like, these are all contracts. Think about the services that a hotel needs. And I'm like, okay. Linen, ATM machines, vending machines, the stuff with the soaps, the when you in the fancy hotels and you got your soap, your this, your that, like the food,
Candles.
the caters, the floral arrangements, candles, cleaning services, landscaping, window cleaning. These are all contracts. So one of the things that is always that I hear is, oh, we're going to be displaced. We can't afford this. We can't do this. We can't do that. Well, if you set yourself up and let's say you get a $250,000 contract, can you live in Pompano with a $250,000 contract? With that type of
a lot of places.
Right. So what I'm saying is our communities need to work on shifting their mindset
From lack
to abundance. Right?
There's an abundance of opportunity.
And learning and putting yourself in position and going and go meet the city manager and go meet the assistant city manager and go ask questions. Be nosy.
Yeah.
Be nosy.
Get on their nerves. Listen, I've gotten on the city nerves for years. I'm probably on their nerves right now. Listen, because I have been public enemy number one at times at the city. And I don't regret it because I needed to make sure they knew I was serious and I wasn't going anywhere.
Persistence.
And I've been told no. The people, and that's what pissed me off is people talking about this one little contract I got for 4 people. Now, if I would have got the contract and it was just me, like the commissioner would like people to think that Serica got this contract and Serica being paid all this money, which was a lie. It's 4 people working under one contract. I was told no 1,000 times before I was told yes.
And I think that's what we need to teach. Like, you're gonna be told no. You're not trusted. Nobody knows you. You don't have the connections. You don't know. You're a newbie. You're a rookie, right? So that pushing and resilience and persistence is what's gonna get you to the next level. Whether you get on their nerves or whatever the case may be. But I just feel that instead of complaining about what's coming, it's like, okay, how do I get involved? How do I prepare myself? What do I need to do? It's called personal development, brothers
Yeah,
and sisters.
and accountability.
Personal development and accountability, a shift in mindset and wanting better for yourself, especially if you want to stay in Pompano, because Pompano's
But
about
that's
to pop.
anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's anywhere.
Anywhere,
I don't
yes.
know. Listen, I want people to understand.
Anywhere.
I want people to understand what is happening in Pompano is happening everywhere. So I don't care if you leave Pompano. And let's say you leave Pompano and you go to a small town. Y'all know I'm a small town girl, and I love these small towns. Guess what small towns got that Pompano and Overtown and all these other places in South Florida? Guess what these small towns have that we don't have? Land. Guess what you need to develop? Land. So guess what's happening in small towns? Development. So I don't care where you go. You are going to be faced with development. And gentrification is not a bad word. It's just that we automatically put ourselves in the ones that are being displaced.
Right.
It has historically happened. So I don't, take away from the fact that, hey, yeah, that's why, because historically that's has
what's
happened. But let's look at historically why that has happened from an accountability stance. We don't have the financial literacy and the acumen needed to understand how to be able to afford whatever we need, not want, to afford what we need. We're not even just talking about housing. People can't afford quality food, can't afford the medication that they need, can't afford education for their kids. And let's look at what's happening with education, public education.
Yeah.
So we're talking about our root cause of our problems also being connected to us not having the financial literacy to be able to pay for the services we need in America. Now, I can't talk about no other country because I don't live there.
Yeah. But I'll take it deeper. So you're talking about the CRA 30 years.
Right.
Right. The majority of people have no idea what a CRA is or that it's been going. I remember when I went, remember when you invited me to the master development presentation?
Yeah.
Right? I'm sitting there.
And I was on crutches.
Yeah. I'm sitting there, and when I don't know who introduced to, and they were like, yeah, because this development has been happening for 30 years. I'm like, 30 years? I'm like, how is this happening for 30 years and the community looks like that and this, whatever the case may be. So I began to start reflecting on wait a minute, 30 years. So it's only a selective few people that know what's actually going on, because if you know that your community that you live in is going to be developed, one of the first things that we need to be doing collectively is figuring out how we're finna buy some of this land, because everything is already in the city plans, right?
A master plan.
A master plan. So,
which takes a master plan. Master plans, I don't care where you are, master plans are 50 years. That is the plan. It takes 50 years for a master plan. Pompano is in the last 10 years of a 50-year master plan. There are other areas that have just started. Specifically, AISHA, where you are, Heartland 2060.
right.
Heartland 2060. What year are we in?
2025.
Heartland 2060.
Yeah.
They got a while to go, but they already have a master plan.
Which means you can start your generational legacy in that area, because since it's happening, you need to be buying that land that's $5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand.
Where they have a surplus of it at.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm, so it's the lack of education, it's the lack of showing up. We don't understand the value of showing up and the value of participation. So
it has to be taught, though.
Huh?
Right? Sometimes it has to be taught.
It has to be taught.
Because of generational.
Right. And that's why we're here, so we can teach.
That's
because
part of our work.
Right, it's part of our work. So Pompano, the plans were approved last year. Right now, it's moving forward. But there's opportunities in other areas, 2060. You can start going right now and figuring stuff out and planning things out and getting things done. If not for you, for your children and your great-grandchildren that can inherit.
But how many, think about, really talk about that question, that statement you just made. How many people in our community talk about what their grandchildren future is going to look like?
Girl, listen, we don't even talk about next week, so let's just.
I mean, we do, but if it's a concert or something, like
right. If we're going out to the party,
we're
planning a trip. That's what we talk about versus like. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Like we partying and we planning the party, we planning the vacation, but we're not planning
our future.
Our future.
We're not planning our future, and we got to. We have to, and we are.
Yes, that
we are.
In 2025, Lotus Mindset.
We are. And we want to make sure we create spaces, safe spaces where people can come and congregate with us so that we can work together collaboratively on building a better community, a healthier community, a more wealthier community. We have to do it together. We have to do it together. I'm not putting that on politicians.
No.
I ain't studying them people. I am not studying them people.
We can't because
community people.
Yeah. Because historically you can if the politicians were educating us, we wouldn't be in these positions.
No.
We wouldn't be communities would not be in this position. There wouldn't be a community in destitute and another one that's flourishing. So we just have to kind of look at the product that has been created.
Yeah.
Right? And be like, well, so now it's up to us. We have to, so we learn and we educate. We learn and we educate. So for me, it's like, sometimes I get frustrated, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm just learning too. So let me learn, just like I learned, the game in criminal justice, and now I'm educating and advocating. So we have to learn criminal justice. We have to learn politics. We have to learn development. We have to learn housing. All these little pockets we must learn. Legislation. Yeah. Right? When I started doing legislation and lobbying up in Tallahassee, we had to learn that. I didn't know people could write write a bill and then it gets appropriations and get support from your elected officials and take it to Tallahassee and lobby for it. I'm like, what the because do we ever talk about how a law's created? And we don't know anything. How a policy's created? Nothing.
We just wake up one day and they got a law.
Public television, I'm just the bill. That used to be how everybody learned about bills. And then you did, mock Senate and things like that in certain schools, depending on where you went to school.
Yeah.
You would learn about mock Senate and how to write a bill, and you could join clubs. And there are some amazing educators out there who do believe in our youth and walking them through the process. But yes, Mona Lisa, there are so many that have not had the access because of the barriers that have been created.
And that's why Lotus Mindset, that's why it's so important for the work we do, because we are breaking down those barriers and we're doing it creatively. Right. We're not doing it textbook. We're not in the box of what any community outreach and engagement firm that you would go and get, which I think all may do great work, have done great work, but the work we're doing is sole source. It's sole source because we understand what the bottom is, needs.
Yes.
And we're addressing the needs before the wants, because the community want a lot. The community wants a lot. And the community is not addressing what it needs and its necessities. That's where we are balancing this conversation. Listen, I have really enjoyed this. We got to keep doing it. and we are. I wanted to thank you ladies for joining. But before we go, we got a couple church announcements. I ain't gonna call them church announcements because I don't know the last time I went to church. Shout out to Brother Campbell. That's when I do go to church. That's the church I go to. I want to touch on a couple things here. August 1st, it changes every year, but it is called. Hold on, let me pull it up for you guys. It is called, August 1st is called Startup Day. It's a startup day. This is a day that small businesses and entrepreneurs are supposed to meet with elected officials about policies and legislation that can help startups and small businesses.
That's a beautiful way to start Black August.
That is a great way to start it. I want to make sure that's the name because I'm calling it Startup Day, but I think it's called something. I'm going to find it before we go. But I wanted to bring that up because I ran into the state rep for Pompano. I ran into his aide. I've been seeing his aide for the past. I just been seeing his aide. I ain't seen him in Pompano. I'm saying that because I ran into his aide and I told his aide, hey, I ain't seen your boss. You've been elected. Where you at?
Right.
And I told him about this day. You know, but it changes annually. But I wanted to put that out there to people because especially small businesses, entrepreneurs, startups, because we need to understand the days that they are supposed to be coming to talk to us. And we need to start engaging so that policy, that's something that your commission is supposed to be doing. I just want to let y'all know in Pompano, your commission, not just Pompano, any city or county, their responsibility is to create policy. Policy. Not talk about a podcast. Anyways, I want to make sure we end this on a very important note because we lost a very important figure to Black culture.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I have been grieving.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
It's been challenging.
It's one of those things for me where
Like another Black man.
it's not even like I think grief has been. I've been grieving. You know, I've been grieving for a very long time. You know, and it's not just him. A poetry lover, Miss Diane Hector, passed away a few weeks ago, and
That sounds so familiar.
she hits all the she was one of the biggest supporters of poetry scene in South Florida. I mean, you know her. I promise you know her.
Really?
Oh gosh. But she passed away, and I'm looking at, you know, I'm just seeing all of on my social media, you know, things are happening, and it's, I don't know how to engage because I'm grieving. But when I saw that with Theo, Malcolm, it bothered me.
Yeah.
More. It like reopened. And it's like, okay, Lord, where do I put all this grief? Because right now, like really, now I can name some people. If you just taking names, you know, I don't think they are, but I can throw some people out there, you know, if you, you know, but
Yes, it's a lot.
it's a lot. And I want to acknowledge.
this one hits so completely different.
Right.
You're talking about a good
Like
man.
Chadwick. Like
Yeah,
Chadwick.
like,
Yes.
yes.
Like
Yes.
that was.
Because we're talking about good Black men. Good Black men.
We wanted to see them grow old, right? And have that cool wisdom,
Right.
like that our kids need. that our culture needs, like Denzel, like when he sits down and he says things, we're all like, what you got this?
I don't even count. Denzel could start singing his ABCs and count one. It's gonna be so profound to me when he
Listen, but talking about black men,
What I said was
July 30th, the Brothers Meeting Brothers mental health is happening.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, why was I like, oh, we're still in July? Okay.
Yeah, we're still in July. So every month, the last week of the month, I facilitate a safe space for our black men to have conversation. It's online, and it is the conversation is with Dr. Ron Bailey. He is one of the top forensic psychiatrists in the country. He is also the president of Louisiana State University. And the platform is literally no name, no face. No name, no face. You come on and you just release.
And it's for black men.
And it's for black men.
It's for black men.
And it's for black men.
Which means, ladies, sit this one out. You know, sit this one out. Don't show up talking about you coming to support. Sit down, girl.
Sit down. So here's the crazy part, right? So I created the space and I leave them. I'm like, I'm out of here, right? I go in, I introduce, Dr. Ron Bailey comes in and I'm like, I love you all. I'll see you in an hour and a half or 2 hours. I may jump in they'll text me, okay, we're about to finish, because I want it to be authentic. And I want them to really release. And this is our 3rd month and it's been going pretty smoothly and really, really working on expanding it, but at its time, because we understand that a lot of black men are hesitant
about therapy and
therapy, so we want to kind of remove that stigma. So contact Lotus Mindset. We're going to be sending out the information on email, and it's just another resource.
Look at all this resource you get with Lotus Mindset. Work we actually doing,
because we love our black men.
Listen, we love black men.
Yes,
we love them now. We love them. Listen, a good black man. Look at. I heard my name. Look, we're talking about a good black man. Go
ahead, Darius. Yes.
Listen. Speaking of August 26th. July 26th is National Auntie and Uncle Day.
Really?
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Wellness and culture.
Yes.
And culture, because see, I'm an auntie.
Me too.
I'm an auntie.
I'm an auntie too.
Me too. I ain't got no nieces and nephews, but I'm an auntie.
You got a community of nieces and nephews.
I do. Listen, I want to also say congratulations to my Team 360 entrepreneurs that graduated today. Shout out to y'all. I'm proud of y'all. I mean, y'all, we gonna get y'all out there because y'all gonna make some money. Listen, I want y'all to make money. That's why I'm investing in y'all. investing in the youth is a great investment, people. Great investment. Okay. Somebody say the audio went out.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So as we head out,
Wait, can I do another?
sure.
Yes.
I want you to have your last, but also watch season 3 of Hometown Takeover.
Yeah.
Episode 6, the finale, and you will find me on there. And we need those ratings to go up even more. So watch the whole season if you'd like, but for sure watch the finale, which is.
So
where
you was
will
on
find-
TV, like cable TV?
I was on HGTV, and now you can
HGTV.
find
You
it
was on
Disney Plus.
HGTV.
It's streaming on Disney Plus and HBO Max right now.
we
You
just
can
had
go and find it.
Yeah, we just had to
Yeah.
reiterate on
You
that.
was on HGTV?
Our team is on HGTV.
Yeah. What's
Actually,
the
you can
name of
look
the
my
show?
background. It's Hometown Takeover and HGTV. Ben and Aaron, they came and took over our town of Sebring with an amazing
I like
cast
Ben
and
and
crew.
Aaron. I like Ben and
Yes.
Aaron. They do good work.
They actually, Aaron, this is her wallpaper behind me. So this is part of my makeover that was done in my home.
Oh.
Y'all heard Check
Yeah.
My Girl out on season what? 6?
Season 3.
Season 3?
Season 3, episode 6. It's the finale.
You go, sis.
Look how they ended with the strong black woman. Beautiful. Listen.
They did.
Lotus mindset.
They did.
Hey, we
Aisha.
ain't even pulled out all
We
of that.
haven't even
We
discussed
haven't
like
even
we're
pulled
not.
out
They don't
everything.
even know.
We haven't even pulled out, but that's,
And they also, so anybody watching also, yes, follow Lotus Mindset. And right now, Candace, our other team partner, has a lot of financial education. We don't want to call them workshops. What does Candace call them? But if you go to her page, Candace Witherspoon, or
Legacy
Financial, then you will find resources there. She is killing it
Yes, she is.
in every way.
And she's
That woman
bringing
is a
it to
beast.
Pompano. She is going
Yes,
to
she
bring
is.
it to Pompano.
Yes.
So,
Stay tuned, brothers and sisters.
all right.
Yeah. Candace is about getting all this money up.
Janice says she's been
For all
watching
of us.
season 3, so you're going to see her on
You
there,
gonna
Janice.
see? You gonna see our baby?
All right. So listen, y'all, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. As always, Step. It's a clip I want you to play on the way out, and it's in honor and memory of our late brother Malcolm Jamal Warner, because he was a poet. He
Yeah.
was a poet.
Oh, yes, he was.
And y'all know how I feel about poetry.
Yes.
And he's worked with he's worked with so many greats like Layla Hathaway and Robert Glasper. Like, this man.
Yeah.
Yes, he is going to be missed.
Very much so.
Going to be
Yeah.
missed. All right. So listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Bottom Up Podcast. Listen, every Thursday, 7 p.m. ish.
7 p.m. ish. No, sis, you today was a good reason to be
normally,
like.
today was a different beat.
Yeah.
But we were also celebrating the babies.
Yeah.
So it was the pre-show.
All right. I appreciate y'all giving me that grace. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all around.
Mwah.
Step, roll the
Yeah.
clip.
I got you.
It was Martin, Malcolm, Huey, Alvin, Marcus, Richard, Jesse, Adam, Carlin, Gordon, James, Philip, Nat. Showed them not to play with us. Duke, Langston, Thurgood, Robert, Hank, Jesse, Jackie, Muhammad, Paul, Stokely, Mega, Webb. About 3 Benjamins, a good 2 Freds. Women like Harriet, Rosa, Ida, Shirley, Sojourner, Madam, Maya, Mary, Bessa, Ella, and Retta. Even baby Ruby was out here applying pressure. Gail, John, Booker, Sid, George, you nuts if you don't know who he is. Bayard, Charles, Roy, Carter, Cecil, just for drinking them white folks' water. All kings and queens, yes, for real. Until the ones that we lost, like Emmett Till, and all those is here, we gon' continue to hold it down. Say it loud, black, and I'm proud. Flip forward 400 pages to view how the cages have become more sophisticated, how red lines decorate maps like graffiti to dictate dominions that dampen desires. But those ancestral fires defy suffocation, stepped on, but not stamped out. Our spirits continue to dance through subjugation at every junction on our traumatic journey. We transform pain into celebratory mode, communicate code in a language colonizers can't understand, they can't decipher, but they attempt to copy because they know it's clever and cool. And still, we rise. Like embers in a wildly whistling wind. Like the love-struck sun chasing the coy moon. Like blunt smoke and our parents' blood pressure. We wear this oppressive air with such an impressive flair, only the few astute, truly fascinated by the truth, dare view our struggle to survive as art in motion. For we are abstract, admired for how we create culture from scratch with scraps. And like indigenous land, we watch it get co-opted, ransacked, and raped. And then draped in lies of meritocracy to justify the equity gap. And we dance and we rap. You see, the art of being black is often an acrobatic act in defending black humanity in a world that worships a pale, long-haired Anglo-Saxon savior, even though the Bible clearly describes him as a bronze-skinned, woolly-haired Hebrew. And revisionist history continues right before our very eyes each time the importance of black lives is denied.
When I think of love, I think of the war being over. Weapons of mass destruction finally being destroyed, one machine at a time. Because you are the one, Trinity, be my infinity. Never let me go far beyond the flesh that holds us. Let's encode our code into the cheat code. We so encrypted the way we slip in and out of spaces without folks knowing our IP address. Hell, we're intellectual property with the patent and the copyright. We so right that we could be white, labeled, franchise. Hell, baby, we're brand new to this side of love. That free love, that you're not my property, I don't own you type. Cause I'm honored to know you, to be in your presence is a gift. Because you don't owe me anything, and I don't owe you either. But I thank you for your time. I really want you to be my person.
I am a lover, come and discover. Foxes and wolves and birds and nests. When we in our zone, yeah, we both can rest. Gon' rest. Joy and pain, sunshine and rain. Joy and pain, sunshine. And since it's gon' rain, we gon' be alright. Chillin', enjoy the way I grew in pain. I wanna laugh regardless, it's a game. Let's play, let's stay, let's get high. All up in the stuff like we stars in the sky. Light signs, love lines, written by the hands of God that one day